Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampingnelly.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. And it's time for another Sale-A-Bration Sunday project. And I want to just let you know about the extra Sale-A-Bration products that were added to the promotion on the 4th of February. So these are available with a £55 or €70 spend. And we've got some fabulous stamp sets. The most amazing alphabet a la mode dies. Can't believe that you can get them for free. Trusty Tools dies, Bee Builder and Happy Labels punches. We've got a couple of kits there. The most gorgeous Night of Navy and gold glittered ribbon and brushed brass butterflies there as well. So lots more that you can choose from with your Sale-A-Bration orders up until the 28th of February. So not long to go. Today's project uses the Fruit Salad Designer Series paper, but I've also used the heart-shaped bundle. I'm using a stamp and a couple of the dies from that as well. This is one of the two products that you can still earn for free, but you need to spend £110 or €140. So that bundle and that stunning stamp set there, you need to spend more to get. But loving that we've got all these extra things too. So today's project, I found these fruit salad lip balms and thought, perfect, I need to use the Fruit Salad Designer Series paper for this, and I have. So instead of gifting it like that, I can now gift it like this in this little package where you pull to reveal the lip balm with this little ribbon here. Okay, so for those of you not in the UK, you may not know that fruit salad is a very sweet, chewy, fruity confection. They are just little chewy sweets that smell very fruity and taste incredibly sweet. So yeah, the lip balm smells really sweet and a little bit fruity as well. So I will show you what I'm going to use and then we can go ahead and make another one of these. So first off, I have a piece of Daffodil Delight card that measures 4 1/4 inches by 2 1/4. You'll get all of the measurements in my blog post. There's a link to that in the description bar. I have scored this already on all 4 sides at 3/4 inch. Then I have a piece of the Fruit Salad Designer Series paper, and this measures 3 1/2 inches by 2 7/8. So it's just a little bit longer, so that when the drawer is there, there is a tiny little overhang of the wrapper like that. I think it just looks a little bit neater when it's like that. So yeah, 2 7/8, and I have already gone ahead and scored that at 1/2 inch on that short side.
That should be
there.
on the long side.
I've got a scrap for my sentiment and for my die cutting, and I've got this tiny little square that is just under 3/4 inch that I will use to hide the ribbon. So I've also got some of this gorgeous satin ribbon that's Daffodil Delight to match the card and the paper. As I said, I've already gone ahead and done the scoring on this. So I'm just going to reinforce with my bone folder. And then we need to do a little bit of cutting. So I have my lovely paper snips. Now, most ordinary I would cut that way, but then you're going to have 3 pieces of card on top of each other. So I am cutting along the long side, cutting up to that score line there at both ends. Okay, and then I'm going to take just a little slither off either side of that tab there. I'll do it this way, it's a little bit easier for me. There we go. And do the same on this one. So pop that out the way. There we go. And then turn it around and just do exactly the same. So straight up that score line to the first horizontal score line. Like that. Tuck that out of the way whilst I take off my little pieces from the ends. And as we like to say in our in-person classes, we're turning the squares into flower pots. All right, so we have that there. Now I'm going to use tear and tape to hold the ribbon in place. So I'm going to put that on first when I find the end. There we go. So I'm going to put that on that end section, just in the middle of it. Like that. Okay. And then I can put glue on these tabs and fold up. The side like that, so you've got a nice neat edge there. Hold it in place for a second and then you can work your way around and do the rest. So given that it's quite small, it's actually easier just to put the glue on all of the tabs all at once. Okay, so I'll put that one on. Need to fold that back a second so I can get the glue on there. And then fold it back up. So wet glue gives you the time to play around and make sure that you've got everything lined up nicely. When you're happy, give it a good press and then that will stay. Okay, so we have that piece done. Now we need to add in our ribbon pull. Okay, so we've got the end that I've already put the tear and tape on. So any hole punch, this is a really old retired one. And let's just do it this way actually. Trying to get that in the middle-ish. Like so. Okay. Then I can take the backing off my tape, hopefully. Come on. Take your pick tool. There we go, that looks easier. Right, so I've got that there. I just need a little bit of this ribbon, not much at all. Probably about that. Let's chop that and just measure what that is. Not scientific at all. So about 1.25 inches. And I can put both ends through that hole like that. And then again, where's my take your pick? What did I do with it? There it is. I'm going to just open the two ends and press them either side. So I've done one, and I'm quite happy with the length of that. Could maybe be a little bit smaller actually. Then I can take my snips and just take a little bit off of that. So maybe 1.5 inches would be fine. And then just put that to that side there. Okay, so that's fairly secure, but we want to hide it with that tiny piece of card. Glue all over that. And just pop that in at the end to cover the ends of the ribbon. Like so. Easy. There we go, we have that bit. We just now need to add the cover for the tray, and as I say, I'd already scored that at 1/2 inch. I'll take that out for now, as it'll just fall about. And I have cut this completely wrong. I've scored the wrong side. That's what I've done. I haven't cut it wrong, I've scored the wrong side. What a numpty. Bring this in, and 1/2 inch I want to score that at, like that, on the long side, not the short side. Oh, sorry about that, just whacked my trimmer off there. So I do have this incorrect score line along there. If I just use my bone folder, try and press that flat on both sides. Yeah, it'll be fine. No one will notice, except you guys. Right, so back to where I was. I've got that like that, okay, and I'm just going to roll that over and give it a little press, like that, okay. Then I can take the box away, hold it where I've pressed it, and give that a gentle burnish. Okay, so back to where we were. The join's going to be on the bottom. I've now got that nice and snug. So just give that a little press. Take it off. Line up the edge there. And if anything, I'm kind of moving it to be a little less tight. Okay, so this just is the best way I've ever found to make sure you get a perfectly fitting wrapper for any kind of matchbox style. Okay, so we're happy with that. Just a little burnish there, and then I want to put a little bit of glue along the bottom edge of this piece, just a tiny little bit, and on the top edge of this piece here, like that. Pop that back in, put that back on, and there we have it. Perfect. Just ready to decorate. So I have my little scrap of white, and I'm going to use real red again to go with the strawberries on there. A few taps, just because I care. And then I need to do a little bit of die cutting. So let me bring in the heart-shaped dies. I want to cut 3 of those and use that for my sentiment. try and get that fairly straight. A little bit of tape, and let me get my mini cut and emboss, and I can do that die cutting. Here we go. Now you'll notice I put that through at an angle. It just puts less pressure on the edge of the dies and makes it less clunky. I could have done one of these at the same time as my sentiment. That would have been sensible. I'll just do these and I'll fast forward you through this process. Now my mini cut and emboss machine was sliding about there just because I had it on paper. It does have little foam pad feet that work much better if you've got it on a solid surface. But I got there. Right, so for this I'm going to pop that up with some mini dimensionals. Just pop up. Already taking the backing off that one. I'll go for that one too. And I'll go for another two. And that's all my backings off that. Just because I care. Or do I want it to be that way? No, I want my pool to be that side. However, I could turn that around, couldn't I? I just think the pattern works better that way. And we need to put that in there anyway. Okay. Just because I care. Like that. Now I did just put one of these little flowers underneath my sentiment. Well, I'll just put him there. He can overrun. Obviously, I didn't put my, I didn't use mini dimensionals. I used foam adhesive strips, so I had more space at the end than that one. You could just have two. I just quite like these of everything. One on there like that. Just pivot it to not make sure I wasn't obscuring my sentiment. And once they're in place, you can kind of pull the leaves up a little bit. And then my final touch was some bling in the centre of those two flowers, and these are the iridescent foil gems. And I just used, I think I used the bigger ones. I did. I used the bigger ones. They are a nice fit in the centre of those. And just that little bit extra sparkle. Like that. And there we have it. We have transformed our gift from that packaging to this. Definitely much more pretty and a little bit more fun. I hope you've enjoyed this Sale-A-Bration Sunday tutorial. Please remember I have a playlist for all of the Sale-A-Bration projects that I have completed. so there'll be a link to that in the description for this video too. If you're new to my channel, please give me a thumbs up to this video, but make sure you also subscribe, click the bell and get notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Until then, please do take care. Bye bye.